Лех, если что, я запустился.
А?
Если что, я запустился.
А, хорошо.
А ты сейчас в чем?
Я ни в чем пока. В трусах. Это, ну я ходил к врачу сегодня, недавно пришел. К кардиологу ходил. Анализы нормальные.
Че не понял?
Говорю, к кардиологу ходил, только недавно пришел, минут 40 назад.
Что там у тебя?
Ну, это плановое.
А, понял.
Я же анализы сдавал.
Привет, Виктор.
Ну, нормально там. Холестерин нормальный вроде.
Короче, к этому, как его? С коми было объявление. Убирают, короче, этот, как его, продажу на официальных серваках. Продажу автомобилей на официальных серваках убирают.
Мгм.
Не продажу, а спаун. Будет только продажа. Когда будут разборные машины, короче, ни слова, ни полслова нету.
Ну, мы же не на официальных играем.
Ну, как бы, да.
Я на официальном вообще ни разу не был.
Не, мы были, начинали на официальных.
Он, Мишка, говорит, ему в 17 к врачу. 7 будет дома.
Ну вот, вечерком.
Мгм.
Так,
До дня вообще хотелось. Народ поменьше.
Здравствуйте.
ну как бы, да, да, привет,
Здорово.
Мишань.
Ну, видишь, он агрессив ушел.
Так, как садиться-то, я забыл уже, алло. Привет, Санек. Да, да, продажа за игровую валюту, конечно. Просто дело в том, что там ее хрен найдешь, эту игровую валюту.
Women generally show more compassion. What are you talking about? Adrian dumped on her. He was humping the secretary. Margaret should show some pride. Pride comes before a fall, Bukowski. Talking from experience.
И она портится, блин. Это пока накопишь, предыдущая пачка испортилась, короче, блядь, бред. Как может валюта портиться, я не понимаю, блядь, херня какая-то.
Ну да,
Мне
нет, он такой бред какой-то делает.
Ну нет, чтобы сделать нормальную, там, ну, как, возьмите из DayZ, реально, блин.
Has anyone touched this vehicle since you arrived?
Думает, придумывает что-то, блядь. Короче, будет опять, как и в Таркове, вайп ради вайпа.
Sure, take your time. He's a sore-headed old son of a bitch anyway.
Так, надо осматривать, да? Я уже забыл управление даже, как здесь. А чё у меня все фризит, ребята?
На следующей неделе, наверное, пойду прививку делать.
Блядь, да чё оно ничего не это? Ай, ёбаный в рот.
Охренеть. Сейчас новости смотрю.
О, парсоль, здорово.
Circumstantial. Not sure this means much.
Блин, Саша. Спасибо огромное. Нафига ж так много? Спасибо большое за это, за 2000 на карту без комиссии. О, Володя, привет. Ты шо, уже дома? Так, братья Дьюи по карте.
Combination wrench. Must have used it to remove the wheel lugs.
Так, здесь что у нас? Ну что, гаечный ключ.
Stealing the wheels is for amateurs. Car ring would have stripped it in a warehouse.
Да, Сань.
We'll have to use the registration to trace the owner.
Понятно, что тяжко. Саш, я ж проверил, я ж сказал спасибо огромное. Много, 2000 сразу закинул.
Argentinian embassy.
А я тут говорю тебе спасибо, а ты отходил. Спасибо большое, что это без комиссии. Спасибо большое. Много все равно, как-то много, зачем?
Empty.
Давай, хорошо. Так, еще где-то, да? Подожди, а что у нас здесь все равно появляется? Запаски нету. Ну это я уже смотрел. Да, блядь, как это пролистать, чтобы не смотреть 100 раз, блядь?
Валерусь, как всегда.
Ну нахуя вот это делать? Ну, блядь, ну почему? Ну вот вроде кажется такие мелочи, но как они бесят, блядь. Это пиздец какой-то. Но он там еще остался. Вот здесь осталась еще какая-то улика.
Ты
Он
смотрел
щас-
там, где колесо снято?
Да, смотрел. Вот где-то вот здесь еще одна улика, но он меня постоянно перехреначивает на... Как его?
Рулевое там, да. Так,
Вот.
ну разбито может.
А, подожди, вот. Снято это что? Флаг
Флажок.
снят.
Any street value.
Леха с меня ржет, он всегда с меня ржет. Так, ладно, это мы улики все посмотрели. А что, с тобой разговаривать нельзя? Куда пошел? Стой, иди сюда. О, бит,
Там
да?
ты потешок.
Doesn't give me anything to go on.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Could you run the name Dewey Brothers? Possibly a dealership or car mechanics workshop.
One moment. Dewey Brothers Packard Dealership, 629
Ну,
Figueroa
понятно,
Street.
что агрессив.
Got it. Thank you.
Фигня, ничего нового.
Так, посетить салон.
Не-не-не, еще рано уезжать.
Рано уезжать?
Да, тут надо поговорить с очевидцами. На скамейке старик сидит.
Oswald Jacobs?
That's right.
What exactly happened here, Mr. Jacobs?
Last night, I was looking out of my window. I like to keep an eye on what's going on.
I can understand that.
You see this empty lot? Damn kids play stickball here. Always breaking my windows. Always asking for their ball back.
Can we get back to the car, Mr. Jacobs?
Don't be impatient, Sonny. Anyways, last night I see this brand spanking new Packard up on bricks.
Did you see who stole the Packard?
Hell yes, I did. I saw 3 goddamn Mexicans going to work on it.
You're sure it was 3 Hispanics? Not some local kids you're looking out for?
Hell no. Little sons of bitches live around here. I'd love to see them in juvenile hall. But you got your wires crossed, son.
Что-то не
Los
то.
Angeles finest, huh? God help us all.
After the Mexicans left, you didn't go anywhere near the car?
After I scared him off? No, I didn't go anywhere near that car.
Брехун.
How do you know there were 3 of them? It was dark. It must be 50 feet from the kitchen to the car.
You telling me I'm lying? I was wearing my glasses. They had the headlights on. I'd say I was a dang sight more observant than you, son.
That's enough for now. Remember, Jacob, it's a
Блядь.
defense to obstruct a criminal investigation. Let's hope you've given us everything. Jacobs dumped the book he was reading in a hurry when we walked out.
Что-то какой-то хреновый
Didn't want us to see.
детектив.
Got friends who work at the Examiner. How about $5 for the exclusive?
You all seem to be standing around. Shouldn't you be working?
The only reason some people get lost in thought is because it's unfamiliar terrain.
Уже не работает, да?
I swear, this town is going straight to hell. You're behind the wheel.
Do we know where we're going?
This has got to be the 50th abandoned vehicle call we have caught this year. One more, and I'm gonna go crazy. Not your favorite cases? You kidding me? This is barely even police work. Of all the bad guys in this city, we get lumped with the ones who can't even be bothered to keep what they steal.
Yes, wise in Chinese.
Игра графоин на мафию. Мафию.
Угу.
Пипеногешка.
Don't tell me, let me guess.
Детектив.
You were making your way past the lot, caught sight of the new model four-door, and couldn't help yourself. You could see yourself in that car and just had to take a closer look. Well, I can't say as I blame you.
LAPD, Mac. We'd like to speak with the owner.
That's me, William Dewey, proprietor, at your service.
We're investigating the theft of a Packard belonging to the Argentine embassy. Are you missing a combination wrench?
I don't know, detective, but I know how we can find out. Follow me.
Что-то он какой-то скользкий. Не люблю барыг.
We keep all our tools in here.
Mind if we look around?
Be my guest. You sure you guys aren't interested in a new car? Huh? Maybe a used car. I have some nice used cars for guys in your wage bracket.
Why don't you give us some alone time, Dewey? Go sell some cars or whatever it is that you do here.
That's not right. Wrong size. No. One left.
Gabriel Delgado is missing a 3/4.
Nope.
Номера.
Probably nothing.
А там какие номера были, интересно?
I bet a broad's been driving this auto. The clutch is a mess.
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that. Not much help.
No good. We need diplomatic plates.
Блин, что еще не осмотрел? Или все осмотрел?
If you don't mind, we have a few questions. A wrench from this dealership was used to strip the wheels from a Packard last night, Mr. Dewey. A couple of Hispanics were seen taking parts.
We've had a spate of thefts ourselves. Comes with the location. Thieving bastards will steal anything the minute your back is turned.
Stop lying to me, Dewey. The thieves work for you.
You can't prove that. Go ahead and try. Like I said, my tools get stolen on a regular basis. You don't want to believe me? I'm not going to say anymore.
Where can we find Delgado?
I don't know. He sure as hell isn't here.
So you don't know where the kid lives?
He got kicked out of his last place. He might be at his girlfriend's, but I don't know where that is.
We'll be keeping an eye on you, Dewey, and spreading the word that you don't like to cooperate with the LAPD.
Да, детектив из меня, конечно.
Как ты мог ему поверить? Уже было видно, что он стоит такой, типа ломает.
Да я первый этот неправильно задал, и все, и понеслась.
Mister, a man like you always proves his metal.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Gabriel Delgado.
Delgado. Last known address has him living with a common-law wife. 103 Hill Street, apartment 3.
We really ought
Thanks
to
for your
take more
help.
time over the Packard, Phelps. Head back to the empty lot.
Drove me up to Mulholland. We did some nothing.
Whoa! Easy!
You can drive.
So, where you want to go?
You read this story in the Examiner about the Navy developing three-dimensional movies?
What's a dimension?
You know, like a graph. Vertical axis is Y and horizontal is X.
Well, that's clear as mud.
Third dimension would be Z. So things would be popping out of the screen.
That's ridiculous. Scare people out of the theater.
God's name would want that. I don't know. People scoffed at the idea of talkies in color. Look what we have now.
Prepare to try life under Tito.
Okay, let's see what Gabriel has to say for himself.
I just hope our archangel hasn't already flown.
Isn't that the cop who solved the big case and got promoted? What the hell is this guy doing?
Hey, keep it down, would you? My little girl just got to sleep.
Ого, чувакашника завалил.
Yeah,
LAPD, ma'am. We're looking for Gabriel Delgado.
Gabriel?
We're from the police. Policia, you understand?
Yes, I understand. Could you come inside?
What is your name?
Ana Rodriguez.
Is Gabriel Delgado here, Ms. Rodriguez?
No. What do you want with Gabriel? Is he in trouble?
Stay where you are, Ms. Rodriguez. We need to take a look around.
But he is not here. I have told you.
Check out the surrounds. I'll stay with the broad. So how far along are you, Anna?
Оба-на.
Nearly 20 weeks.
Right. So how's it gonna be when you go into labor and he's not around?
Souvenirs are a dumb move.
Знакомый флажочек, не так ли?
Угу.
He will be a good father. Already he works hard to provide for us.
Unless you help us here, Anna, your little one won't be seeing Papa for a very long time.
Nothing significant.
You're in serious trouble, Miss Rodriguez.
But Gabriel is not here. I have done nothing wrong.
Tell us the truth, Anna. Has Gabriel been here?
I haven't seen him for at least 3 nights.
You keep lying to me, and I'll send you and your baby to jail.
He lives here, but he hasn't come home. I swear it.
Enough, Anna. There are signs all over this place that he's been back.
He was here last night. I have never seen him so angry. He went out to his shed and put some things in it. I don't know what, and I don't want to know. I love him.
Why did he steal the car, Anna?
The customer insulted him. He has his honor, no?
Gabriel's been in trouble before. He left you here alone to answer for him, and you expect me to believe that his motive was honor?
Please don't yell at me. I've done nothing wrong.
Maybe check out back, too. This punk has something stashed somewhere, I know it.
I doubt it. No good to me. Maybe if... No.
Миш.
Ау.
А я диким сейчас ЧВКшника завалил, все отобрал у него.
Красавчик, чё?
Here he is, apartment 3.
Опа, колеса.
Don't think this is anything. Seems irrelevant.
Вот номера дипломатические.
Diplomatic license plates.
Так они только что ели.
Вот надо, ты не закончил обыск, а уже пошел ее допрашивать.
Serving breakfast for two, Anna? You should have cleared up.
А?
Не, ну я же это сразу догадался, что она вон какая.
Но ты не обошел всю квартиру, у тебя больше улик, больше аргументов для разговора.
Where do you see a number 3 marked on that door?
Миш, что, нет, ты его консультируешь?
We found a license plate matching our stolen vehicle in a shed. Add in the assortment of parts, and we can make Gabriel for a dozen other thefts. It's time to get serious, Anna.
You must ask these questions of Gabriel. I know nothing of these car parts.
You're lying, Anna. I think you're a willing accomplice in these robberies.
What proof do you have that I stole the cars? You come into my house to insult and bully me? I have known many policia like you.
Gabriel wasn't at work. Where can we find him?
He said he would never go back. Gabriel is out driving around in his car.
If you don't tell me where he is right now, Anna, I'll put an APB out on him and ask them to shoot on sight.
Please, please don't kill him. I can't tell you anymore.
As soon as we corner Gabriel, we'll be back for you, Anna. You had your chance to cooperate. Let's get out of here, Phelps. Don't worry, I've got an idea. Never understood it. The more rotten the boyfriend, the more loyal the girl will be. She's going to warn him, Phelps. We need to follow her. That ought to do it.
Приезжай,
Now
детектив.
get back in close.
Близко тоже не приедет.
Easy, Cole. Better back it off. Ah, that's it. We're spotted. Back off. Hey, back off.
Не-не-не, езжай, езжай. Когда видишь, моргает, это значит надо подальше от него держать.
Too close, Phelps. Way too close.
vicinity. Citizen reports at 415 in the corner of Banning and Santa Fe. Suspect vehicles engaged in illegal street racing. Units to handle code 3 identified.
Миш,
Ау,
к какому врачу?
как терапевту.
По поводу давлю?
Ну, типа того.
There's the red Ford. That's Delgado right there.
Quick! They're getting away!
Phelps, 1247. Requesting assistance at 1st and Santa Fe.
Короче,
Reports of an
бортуй
illegal
красного.
street race.
Stay on Delgado. Getting away!
Просто не отставай от него.
Step on it, Phelps. Take him out.
Delgado is our boy. Forget the others.
You're gonna die now. Gonna lose him.
Блядь, он по мосту поехал. Блядь, он вот туда вниз упал, сука. А что, заново нельзя-то, да, переиграть? Все, пиздарики. А, не, можно.
There's the red Ford. That's Delgado right there.
Quick! They're getting away!
Phelps, 1247. Requesting assistance at 1st and Santa Fe. Reports of an illegal street race.
Stay on Delgado. It's getting away. I'm gonna find you! Step on it, Phelps. Take him out.
Delgado is our boy. Forget the others.
You're gonna die now.
Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out.
А как валить? Стрелять-то можно или как валить?
Вроде как-то можно.
Lay into his wheel arches. Come on.
И его вроде бортануть надо, чтобы он остановился.
Хе-хе-хе, лошара.
Все, выходи, задержи.
Gabriel Delgado, you're under arrest for grand theft auto.
Fuck you, puto! You should speak to the maricón! Valdez, I showed him! Now who's a man? I should have burned his fucking car!
You got a foreign dignitary outed as a fruit and a kitty raper, a car dealer we're gonna let slide for the kickbacks, and a street punk car thief who sure as hell won't be taking liberties with other people's autos again anytime soon. That, Detective Phelps, is not a bad haul. You keep your chin low and your hands high, and you keep bringing me clearances just like that one. That's textbook policing, and we need more of it in this department.
Да, что-то как-то совсем не это. А когда генерал, ты понимаешь, это я детектив плохой, а генерал я буду хороший.
You have any plans for weekend Liberty, Jack?
My sisters have been working in Los Angeles in a bomber factory. They're coming down to visit. I'm meeting them at the station at 6.
Good for you, Jack. Are they cute?
They're my sisters, Hank.
Attention! Final inspection before Liberty.
Good job, Kelso.
Are we going somewhere, gentlemen? Full inspection. It had better be exceptional if any of you want liberty this weekend. Kelso, this carbine. The bore is dirty.
No, it isn't.
Are you arguing with me, Kelso?
Do what you need to do, Sergeant. You know the bore is immaculate.
Weekend liberty canceled. 2-day field drill. Clean this rifle.
No.
Do you know the penalty for insubordination, Kelso?
Jack, don't do it.
Forget him, Hank. He doesn't have what it takes.
Are you two finished? Are you going to clean this rifle?
No, Sergeant. Cole is right. I'm going to stop playing games and join a rifle company and fight the real enemy.
All right, gentlemen, I just got this handed to me. A hit-and-run felony at Ray's Cafe, 208 North Los Angeles. Got a patrolman on site. The coroner's on his way. Get down there, see if you can find any witnesses who can put a make on the car.
Need a drink. I got the jitters again.
Ты куда сразу рванул, да сиди на жопе ровно, пускай другие расследуют. Пошли кофе пить с пончиками. Мы же настоящие американские полицейские. Так, сейчас приду. Давай, Володя, хорошо покупаться. Мишаня, давай там это, чтобы хорошо у тебя все было в больничке.
Want a 5-star goddamn place. Before it even hits spring, thanks to Sarah.
I don't want to be rude, but I ain't got time for talking.
Вот сволочь сел, блин, первый.
Bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Looks like the DA is going to press charges. Anna Rodriguez.
Я хочу за бандитов играть.
I'll speak to the DA.
Им машины можно менять. Мне эта машина надоела.
She's an easy make, and the DA likes convictions. I'll convince him to let it go. How you do that? I'll give him something better.
Detectives, over here.
Cole Phelps, traffic. What have we got?
Thick as a white male named Lester Patterson walked out of the bar and into the street. Car hit over there, and he ended up here, dead on impact by the look of it.
Have you canvassed the area?
The only one with anything useful to contribute is the young lady over there. She lives above the bar. Name is Shannon Perry. No, it's not a stage name. 24 years old, she left Kansas to follow the yellow brick road.
Is that so? We'll take a formal statement later. Right now, we're going to take a look around.
Посмотрим.
Phelps?
You should take a look at the body. Poor guy didn't stand a chance.
Landed on his face and ended up here. Car must have struck him from behind. What have you got on the victim?
From all reports, he was intoxicated at the time of the accident. I'll know how intoxicated once I've done the autopsy. Looking him over now, I'd say he died on impact.
What about the chest wound? Isn't that inconsistent?
Very common in auto injuries. Look for a car with a prominent foot ornament. Those things are killers. Careful where you're stepping, Phelps. I don't come down to the station house and tap dance on your desk.
Body traveled a good 20 feet.
Another day, another dollar.
Так, а что вы там еще положили? А, просто то, что тело.
This blood is a long way from the body. car must have been going like a bat out of hell. So the driver managed to brake before the impact. It's all yours, Detective. I'm stumped. Ideas?
There's evidence smeared all over the street, Phelps. You'll need to search the whole area.
Блять, да ну повернись ты, пожалуйста, мордой!
Miss Perry?
Yes?
I'm Detective Phelps. This is my partner, Detective Bukowski. Can you tell us what happened?
Well, I came to the window because I heard people arguing downstairs.
Then what happened?
I saw a car hit that poor man and knock him down the street.
Tell me more about the argument you heard.
Well, there were two voices. A man and a woman, that's all.
Why are you holding out on us, Miss Perry?
I'm sorry. I was hoping to tell my story to the newspapers. I'd like to get my picture in the paper. Trying to find work as an actress, and things are pretty difficult.
Cough it up, sister. We don't have all night.
People arguing? They were husband and wife. I could tell by what she was yelling. Intimate things. Very embarrassing for the man.
What kind of car was it?
A dark red Lincoln Continental.
Did you see the license plate?
Only the first three letters, I'm afraid. 3C8.
Thank you, Miss Perry. Your information has been very helpful. You can go now.
You really think so? I hope you find that driver and put him away.
You certainly got away with the dames, Phelps.
Give it a rest, Bukowski.
Let's see what the patrons have to say.
I'll take the bartender. You work the rest of the room. I'm Detective Phelps of the LAPD.
How can I help, Detective?
Name would be a good start.
Dudley Lynch. Hired help. I run the place when the owner ain't around.
Where is the owner?
He stepped out. Somebody had to take Lorna, Mrs. Patterson, home.
A witness overheard an argument.
Lester and Lorna. There's nothing like airing your dirty laundry in public, is there?
What was it about?
Who knows? The slightest thing could set those two off.
What can you tell me about the accident?
Not a lot. It was busy in here, and all I heard was the impact.
So what was he doing outside? It's against licensing regulations to drink on the sidewalk.
Lester and Lorna were having a fight. The owner made him take it outside. It was pretty ugly.
Do you know the victim?
Yeah. Lester Patterson. He's a regular here, or he was.
Not one of your favorite customers?
Lester was special, but not my kind of special.
Was Lester drinking alone?
No. He came here with his wife. She didn't seem too interested in the booze, though.
Thanks for your help, Lynch. I'm gonna need you to sign a statement with the patrolman.
Sure, no problem.
You get anything out of the regulars?
They weren't giving too much away.
They liked watching Lester and Lorna go a few rounds every other day. And Lester was a fan of the love tap.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need to run a partial license plate, 3 Charles 8. Cross-check possible Lincoln owners. Suspect vehicle is a red Lincoln Continental.
Just a moment, Detective. Only one possible make on that license. Registered to a William Shelton, 738 West Temple Street.
Thanks. Looks like we caught a break on this one. Lucky break getting a partial ID. These cases are usually dead in the water after 24 hours if no one comes forward.
Why don't they just stop?
You heard about fight or flight during the war?
Sure. Never back your enemy into a corner. That kind of stuff?
Right. Well, in a hit and run, the perp is already in flight. It's easier to keep going. It takes a degree of moral courage to stop and accept responsibility.
You're not as dumb as you make yourself out to be, are you, Stefan?
I didn't know I was making myself out to be dumb.
All units, shots fired, off needs help. Chateau and Valencia, Chateau and Valencia. Shots fired, off needs help. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
That's the son of a bitch right there.
William Shelton?
Yes?
It doesn't look good, Shelton. You packing your bags and making a run for it? You know why we're here.
Yes. The accident.
We've got witnesses who can put this car at the scene, not to mention the physical damage. This is open and shut, Shelton.
That coward thinks he can run from everything.
Lay into his wheel arch. Come on. Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out.
No wonder he killed someone, driving like this. Don't let that asshole get away.
All right, I give up. That's it. Cuff him and we're done.
Give it up, LAPD! How does a vehicular manslaughter rap sound, Shelton?
I hit him.
I admit it, I just panicked, but it wasn't my fault.
What do you mean?
The guy jumped right out in front of me. He came out of nowhere. There's nothing I could do about it.
Why didn't you stop?
I've had accidents before.
That's it. We're done here. The DA is gonna love you.
They weren't all my fault. I'm a surveyor. I need my license for my job. There were people around. A woman and a
Валер,
man were standing right next to him.
Ау.
I thought they could get him to a
слушай, я
hospital.
отойду тогда. Если там ребята соберутся, если меня не будет в сети, то позвони мне там.
You can't be serious.
Да, хорошо.
You're coming
Давай.
downtown. We need to talk about a manslaughter charge.
Давай.
So, initial report came back with an ID on our victim, Lester D. Pattison of 182 North Hope Street. Captain wants us there double quick.
Careful!
I think you're doing this on purpose.
Any unit able to handle citizen reports at 211 in progress. 437 East 8th Street. Unit to handle code 3 identify.
Yes? Hello?
Mrs. Pattison.
Is this about my husband?
We're investigating the incident, ma'am.
I see. Come in, won't you?
We wanted to give you the facts about the accident, ma'am.
I appreciate that, but I think I know most of them already, Detective. He was hit by a car, now he's dead. What more is there to tell?
Pardon me, but you don't appear to be too upset about it.
Lester and I met on a furlough in '44. We got married that weekend. People don't understand it now, but that happened a lot back then.
I see. So you probably did well to stick together this long.
What's that supposed to mean, mister? I think it's about time you left. I have someone here, and
Beg your pardon? You're gonna have to run that one by us again, sister.
It's okay, Lorna. I'm Leroy Sabo.
Well, well. Nice to see you're comforting the grieving widow, Mr. Sabo.
All right, wise guy. Do you have any intelligent questions you would like me to answer?
You can confirm Mrs. Pattison's story.
Lester lost at cards. He was kind of hard to control when he lost his temper. He turned without looking and walked right out in front of the car. It wasn't good.
What's your relationship with Mrs. Pattison, Mr. Sabo?
We're friends. Good friends.
You expect me to believe that?
Look, I was filing for divorce. Mental cruelty. Lester could be a mean son of a bitch.
And Lester knew about that?
No, I hadn't told him.
Well, hasn't this worked out well for the two of you? I feel almost bad for busting in on this little rendezvous.
You were arguing in the bar and on the sidewalk?
We were always arguing. So what?
Admit it, you were baiting him, pushing his buttons. We can easily get the full story from the regulars in the bar.
All right. Lester was playing cards out back. He lost, of course, and wanted back in. He suggested I earn the money on my back to get a mistake. That was the proposition he was putting to his so-called buddies. So maybe I was a little angrier than usual. Let's just say I took exception to his idea.
How did the car come to hit Lester?
He walks straight into the path of an oncoming car.
You expect me to believe that, Lorna? It's all very convenient.
Gambling for Lester was like the needle for a hophead. He was yelling at me. He was yelling at the whole world. I kind of felt sorry for the driver. Poor guy had no chance.
You and Mr. Sabo have an interesting day.
I'm sure we will, officer. Now, if you could both just leave.
We're leaving, ma'am. Sorry for your loss. I can see what a tough time you're having with all this. Come on, Phelps. Let's make ourselves scarce. I'm out of here, Lorna. I got a business to run. You think Mal is done with the autopsy? Better call it in and check, Phelps. Between the driver and the widow, I say we start dealing with the facts.
Mother's coming in tonight on the phone.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
Just one detective from the coroner. Message reads, Phelps, see me at Central Morgue immediately. Results of the Pattison autopsy.
Thanks, ma'am.
Can you drive to this one?
Fine. Where are we headed?
Не агрессив, нафига в тюрьму? Я их на месте расстреливаю.
If you can take sincerity, you got it. She wants a 5-star goddamn party.
We can put the driver in front of a judge in less than a week.
You'd be making a big mistake.
Run that by me again?
The victim was dead before the car hit him. 2 puncture wounds to the right side of the thorax. Second puncture reached his heart.
You're kidding me.
Been doing this job 23 years, son. No one's ever laughed at one of my jokes.
He was stabbed to death?
Long, sharp knife. Length of a bayonet.
So the hit and run was a cover-up?
I'd say he was stabbed twice at very close quarters. Both wounds thrusting upwards and then pushed in front of the car.
Easy, Tiger.
Clever, really. I almost missed it. But the trajectory of the wounds was all wrong if he was impaled by the hood ornament. Find the knife, detectives.
Yes, sir.
It all comes back to the crime scene. We need to hit Ray's one more time and trawl for evidence.
Странно, а чё тогда это ничего не видела? Спиздела, да? А, ты ж сучка.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
All right. Where to? So there was some truth to Sheldon's cock and bull story after all.
He didn't stop, but he didn't kill Patterson either.
I'm no betting man, but I know where I'd put all my chips.
The grieving widow and her shoulder to cry on.
Now all we need is a murder weapon.
Lester could be a heel.
We just
but
wanted to check the crime scene over
that's
one
a
more
lousy
time,
way
Mr.
for anyone
Sabo.
to go out.
If that's all right.
Can you be quick about it? Cops are bad for business.
Really? We'll tiptoe, Sabo. You won't even notice us.
All right, step by step, check every inch of ground.
Ну чё, как успехи с этим делом?
Ножик еще. О, картишки. Картишки, картишки. Сейчас что-нибудь найдем.
У меня есть небольшая подсказка, но пока не буду.
Не надо говорить, не надо говорить. Я ж хочу стать генералом, а генерал должен быть тупым. Только такие генералы берут. Кто он сидел тупо и отдавал приказы и топал ножками. Блять, что, не здесь, что ли? Ладно, пошли дальше. О,
Нашел таки.
хе-хе. Они ж тупые, выкидывают мусорку. Так, чё, этого надо допрашивать, да?
Leroy Sabo, you're under arrest for the murder of Lester Patterson.
Not gonna happen, fellas. Go! I'll bring the car around and head him off. It's too late, Sabo.
Ну ты зря его не надо убивать.
Так причем в голову убил.
You look spooked, Phelps. I thought you'd been under fire before.
It never gets any easier, Bukowski. Have patrol pick up Mrs. Patterson.
Ну чё, он же был с оружием, а нафига он нужен? Я же обещал это. Как его? Агрессиву, что я буду всех убивать. Да там кухонный какой-то ножик, только сказали, там он был узкий, а этот широкий очень.
So, I give you a hit and run. You bring me back fraud, conspiracy, and first-degree murder. This is how a good detective operates, Phelps. You take nothing at face value. You keep digging and asking questions until you get to the truth. You got some sharp elbows on you, detective. I like that. Keep up the good work.
Ну смотри, 7 из 8 уже. Если бы первым делом был составлен список улик, можно было бы сразу повязать и Лорну, и Лероя. Так, ну так я, блин, кто мог подумать, что мне надо идти на мусорку и искать ножик? Если тут просто человека сбили. Ну, вскрытие произошло, и пошли, нашли. Чего тут такого? Ладно. Сейчас кофейку налью.
Ладно, я пошел, мне к доктору тут еще идти надо.
Ты пошел в больничку?
Да, в больничку пошел.
Ну давай, как придете, там это, может быть, это произволку сыграете.
А там посмотрим.
Ага.
Get over there, see what you can find out. Go on. Sorry to inconvenience you.
We're on it, Captain.
Hey, don't mind me. I survived the war for this. Ah. A nice thing about ego.
Wake up, Cole.
About other people. Hey, fuck you, asshole!
Now T-short stripped off me at the grand jury. Face is thrown out, now the DA wants my head.
Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
I swear the more vet cards we bring in, the longer the hot sheet gets.
Pays the rent, though. Keeps Mrs. Phelps in the manner to which she's accustomed.
I'm not sure she'd agree with you.
Passionate, romantic type like you, Cole? I don't believe a word. You know the way. You can drive. They're calling her the Dahlia now. Wonder what Veronica Lake makes of that one.
What a case. You hear whether they're making any progress?
But Captain Donnelly seems to think they have it all wrapped up. Brown and Green are sweating this Manley character. I heard it'll be in front of a grand jury by next week.
Poor thing. Terrible enough being murdered like that without having her death strewn all over the front pages.
That's the car, Cole. Just pulling out of the drive. Get him. Remember, we need him healthy enough to answer questions.
1247, Detective Phelps, requesting immediate backup in pursuit of a stolen green Kaiser Frazer from 6 West 2nd Street.
Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out. Lay into his wheel arches. Come on.
All right,
bracelets on him, Phelps. I'll call it in.
Show me your hands! Why did you run from us?
I saw a big car in my rearview mirror with two tough guys bearing down on me. What would you do?
What's your name?
Cliff Harrison.
You're under arrest.
For what? What are you talking about?
Nice try. I'm talking about the car being stolen.
You're out of your mind. I bought the car, and I've got the paperwork to prove it.
Looks like we'll have some questions for the people at Coombs Automotive. Who did you deal with at Coombs Automotive?
The owner, Richard Coombs.
And he made out the bill of sale personally?
Of course he did. He kept a facsimile for his records. Check with him.
You have a criminal record, Mr. Harrison?
No, nothing like that.
You better give us something, Cliff, or we're gonna make this hard on you.
I didn't steal the car. I ran because I've got some wacky backy in the glove compartment.
How much, Cliff?
1 reefer.
We'll let it slide. You're in enough trouble. You purchased this car from Coombs Automotive Company?
Yeah, that's right.
And the ownership papers?
From the same place.
If this is a forgery, it's top-notch. This will need to be traced. We're going to get to the bottom of this, Harrison. Until we do, you're going downtown.
You gotta be kidding me! I'm getting arrested for buying a goddamn car?
If everything is legit, Harrison, you'll be out soon. Until then, if I were you, I'd keep my mouth shut.
Bag his possessions as evidence, and have him arraigned for Grand Theft Auto.
Right, Detective.
You know who my father is?
We need to get to Coombs Auto and check out Harrison's story.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
And where exactly are we going?
You know what? I think he's telling the truth.
Some of the most convincing people you will ever listen to are born liars. Usually they're called politicians.
Not another step. I have got a Buick Century sedan that would be absolutely perfect for you.
Detective Phelps, LAPD, are you the owner?
That's right. Richard Coombs at your service. You looking to trade in a black and white, boys?
Mr. Coombs, we're investigating an auto theft. A man by the name of Cliff Harrison claims he bought the car here.
Well, some people would say that my cars are a steal. That's a joke, son.
Very amusing, Mr. Coombs.
I remember Harrison. It was a green two-tone Kaiser Frazer, if I remember rightly.
Do you have the bill of sale?
It's in my office. Walk this way. That's a joke too, son.
Phelps, you mind if I shoot this guy? He's getting on my nerves.
Here it is. Got the original pink slip there, too.
Gene Archer, 146 North Fremont Avenue. Harrison's purchase receipt was legit, at least. We have a couple of questions.
All right, fellas. Shoot.
Can you tell us how you came to buy the car?
Girl just wandered in right off the street.
You need to give us something, Coombs, if you don't want to be implicated in this.
Yap, yap, yap. Son, your problem is that your gums keep flapping, but you do no listening.
Can you describe this Gene Archer?
Brunette, maybe 25, 26. Little on the plump side, but not bone ugly.
What was your impression of her?
Kind of harried and harassed, in a hurry to go somewhere, but no place to go. You get to know the type.
Do you know anything about the company that prints these pink slips?
Nope. Should I? It isn't exactly my business.
It says Marquee Printing. You've never heard of them?
Marquee. Sure. They do all the government red tape. You'll find the place down on Aliso Street near San Pedro.
This was all above board.
Yes, of course it was.
You're lying, Coombs. You knew the car was stolen.
You have some sort of crystal ball tucked in your jacket that can help you prove it? You should try rubbing some oil on that hard head of yours. Are we done here?
We get awful attentive to people who obstruct LAPD investigations. Well, Harrison might be off the hook, but we can still run an APB on Gene Archer. Get on the horn and call it in.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Requesting an APB on Gene Archer, age approximately 25, on suspicion of grand theft auto.
I'll relay the information.
Messages for me, please.
James Velasco is being held at Central Station on suspicion of GTA. Possible link to the Harrison case. They're waiting on you to conduct the interview.
Thanks for your help.
You can drive. Where are we going?
Here's a chicken and egg question for you. Do you think you have to be an asshole to sell cars? Or that selling cars turns you into an asshole?
You've got it in for everyone today, haven't you?
I've always got it in for car sales. Doesn't matter what day it is. And why do they always think they're comedians when they're about as funny as a heart attack?
Maybe the more annoying they are, the quicker you sign on the dotted line, just to get the hell out of there.
Detectives, Velasco is prepped and ready in 2. Another stolen car with legit papers.
Thanks.
That bum took a swipe at me. I put him down with my shaft.
Got this gadget whiz putting recording devices into the place.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving
Crummy
up to a 45.
bastard.
I want to put him down to 1 round.
James Belasco? I want a lawyer. It's my car and I got the proof right here. Take a look for yourself.
I'm trying to imagine you with a personality.
The paper is real enough, Belasco, but the car isn't yours. This pink slip is a forgery. Does the name Jean Archer mean anything to you?
Nope. Never heard of her.
You're a liar, James.
Say that again. I'm telling the truth. I don't know the broad.
So that's why you both have the same address printed on your pink slips. She's a mule for these stolen vehicles, genius. Same as you.
Jesus. All right, I know her. Stupidest broad I ever met. Always cooking up crazy schemes. I don't know why those guys use her. You happy now?
Where were you taking the car, James?
Blow it off, greenhorn. You'll get nothing from me.
You're a 2-time loser. If you don't give me something, I'm gonna ask the DA for the maximum. You're looking at 10 years, Belasco. Kiss your youth goodbye.
I want a deal.
Keep talking and we'll see what sort of deal you're worth.
My job is to drive the cars out of state. Nevada, Arizona, sometimes New Mexico. With the paperwork they provide, it's normally a breeze.
What happens to the cars once they cross over the state lines?
I don't know. I just deliver them.
You're lying. You deliver the cars here in LA.
You're gonna need more than a guess to pin that one on me. I've tried to be helpful, and look how I get treated. I'm not sure I like you.
All right, James. We're gonna check if this information is worth anything.
And if it is, I need your help here, pal.
If it is, then we'll know you're a man of your word, and so will the DA.
You're Phelps, right?
Yes, I am. Look, can we do this later? I'm in the middle of it.
Ray Pinker. I'm with Technical Services. The pink slips are all real.
Yes, we know that.
There's only one company that prints them in California, the Marquee Printing Company. They've confirmed that the numbers are legitimate.
You've checked them out?
Sure. They're on Aliso Street, near the corner of San Pedro. The guy I spoke to was Lightval. Gordon Lightval. Here, I wrote it down.
Thanks, Ray. This is a great lead. We'll get down there as soon as we can.
Your GTA suspect, Gene Archer, spotted by a patrolman. Western Union office, 253 South Hill. Less than a minute away down the street if you run. Go! She won't hang around.
Come on! We don't want to lose them!
It'll only take a little while longer, madam. It's quite a lot of money.
LAPD. We'll take it from here.
God damn it. Everyone's against me. Look, just let me get my money and get out of here, okay? You look sweet. How about giving a girl a break? I could be very nice.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Miss Archer. Stefan, call for black and white.
Just my luck to get the only hair sure cop in the LAPD.
The car you sold to Coombs was stolen, Miss Archer. There won't be any money.
I handed over all the right paperwork when I sold it, Buster.
You're lying, Gene.
You want to prove that, Buster? Try and prove that pink slip is not real. Look, this is all just a big mistake. I don't want to talk anymore. Just let me go.
How long have you and Belasco been delivering cars?
Who is James Belasco?
You're lying. James Belasco. I don't remember mentioning his first name, Miss Archer.
Oh, Well, I think you did, didn't you? Well, I'm sure of it. Anyway, I don't know him.
You aren't sharp enough to lie to me, Gene. You and James Belasco share the same address on your pink slips. We have him in a cell.
Okay, so I know the creep. The pink slips are real. The home addresses are always vacant lots. Bigelow is always boasting that the paperwork is legit and that if we stick to our stories...
And don't try and sell the car?
Yeah, that too.
Tell me where you picked up the car, Miss Archer.
Look, I can't remember. Let me go, will you? Please. What have I got to do?
You're lying. You remember just fine.
And how exactly do you know that? Are we finished talking? I'm tired of this.
You decided to make this hard on yourself, Gene. Let's see how you handle the hard time.
And then the loud call and says he's going to marry him.
Так, сейчас подойду, ребята. Так, а куда ехать-то?
Can we try to get there in one piece? Friendly girl.
Used to getting her own way.
Ну чё они все мешают мне?
Charms were useless against the impenetrable Cole Phelps.
She's not my type.
And what is your type, Phelps?
I'm married.
I know that. But you're not blind or dead inside, are you? Wait, scrap that second half of the question.
I don't know. Blondes, I guess.
Hallelujah! The man is human after all. Now we're getting somewhere. Yep, I'm with you on the blondes. Brunettes are fine too. And there's nothing wrong with a good redhead. But I draw the line at gray. You know what? I might have to lift that embargo soon in the interest of maintaining a free market.
A man with high standards.
The standards are only as high as the last glass of whiskey. Oh! Unbelievable!
And what can I do for you, gentlemen?
I'm a traffic detective from Central Division. Who's in charge here?
I am, Gordon Lightfall. What's this about?
We understand that your company prints California vehicle titles.
Yes, I have the government contract to print pink slips. I've done for some years.
Have you had any goods or equipment stolen recently? We're running up against stolen cars with seemingly legitimate paperwork.
Not recently. Have you ruled out forgery? There's no shortage of talented artists in this town.
We'll keep it in mind. We have some questions for you, Mr. Lightball. Do the names Cliff Harrison and James Belasco mean anything to you?
No, they do not.
You sure you don't know either of them?
Never heard of either gentleman.
Mr. Lightball, we're currently working 2 auto theft cases. Do you know anything about a car theft ring?
Certainly not. Why would I get mixed up in a thing like that?
We have suspects with legitimate pink slips that were printed here, Lightfall. You better give me something before I bring the whole department down here.
Don't be hysterical, detective. As a matter of fact, we had a similar problem a couple of years ago. A number of used car lots were selling blank documents to a criminal organization.
Do you have a delivery ledger, Mr. Lightfall? We would like to cross-check against the Coombs Automotive Emporium.
It's a little out of the ordinary, detective. I'm not sure I can share those sorts of records.
I think you're deliberately hiding those records, Lightfall. Cough them up.
I'm sorry. What evidence do you have for that? You really don't have the first idea of what you're doing, do you?
For somebody with government contracts, we were expecting a lot more cooperation. This doesn't look good.
Listen, I'm busy. You know where the door is.
So what next?
We could always try the address Archer gave. Maybe she's dumb enough to be sitting at home waiting for us. Can you drive to this one? So where you want to go? Empty. Should have known that Archer broad would have given us a false address. You're behind the wheel. And where exactly are we going?
Call for a couple of black and whites. Get Fleischer down here.
I thought you Marines were gung-ho, Cole. You have a 45, don't you ever want to use it? I'll take the back. Just give me a few seconds to get around there. Cole Phelps, LAPD. All of you are coming downtown with me.
Big show. Good shot, it's the cop.
Throw out the guns.
Блядь, да ты идти-то будешь, нет? За хрень. Блядь, да что ты завис-то? Какое же управление, блядь, тупое, ёп.
You're surrounded, and your buddies are dead.
Try the door at the end. I heard something.
shoot! Keep your hands up. Watch him, Bukowski. He doesn't move until I've tossed this place. There are enough slips here to keep them stealing cars till Christmas. Marquee Printing Company. There's nothing like going direct to the source.
Betting slip. Looks like Mr. Lightfall has been on a losing streak.
We've got a trail of pink slips and stolen cars that leads right to your door, Bigelow. You're in this up to your neck, but I don't think you're the man in charge. Make it easier on yourself. Give him up.
I do work on cars for customers. You charge in here shooting up the place like it's the Ballad of Bulge. I can't give you anything.
We know about marquee printing. You can make this easier on yourself by giving us your man on the inside.
I sometimes repair cars and put them back on the road. I need a pink slip to resell them. There's no problem there.
Don't lie to me. I'm not in the mood for any more lies.
The slips are the real deal, and I order them from Marquis. I want a mouthpiece. The organization employs a very good one. Does a great job of keeping Mickey C out on the streets.
Whether you give up your bosses or not, Bigelow, you're going away for as long as I can put you there.
We'll see. I didn't fire a shot, copper. I just watched you tear my place up.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Do we know where we're going?
What a mess.
Gonna take some cleaning up, that's for sure.
I wish it hadn't gone that way.
Well, they shouldn't bring guns to work with them. We didn't have a lot of choice.
You have to admire the barefaced cheek of someone who tries to blow your brains out one minute and pleads innocence the next.
Yeah, especially when he's surrounded by evidence. So guys like Bigelow spend so much time convincing themselves that they're not doing anything wrong, that they actually start to believe their own bullshit.
They get sloppy. Bigelow, Lightfall, all of them. If they hadn't, who knows how long they could have kept this racket going.
Complacency or greed. It's always one of the two that brings them down.
You're under arrest.
You again? This harassment is starting to wear thin.
We found a box of pink slips in a warehouse full of hot cars. You signed for them, Lightball.
I signed for all the orders and deliveries. You'll need something better than that, cowboy.
Save it, Lightball. We already have all we need to send you down.
I've had enough of this. You either produce some shred of proof, or I call my attorney.
You're in the hole with the organization. We know about the debts, Lightball.
I agree, I have a small problem. I'm prepared to help you in any way I can, Detective. I'll name names. I need you to keep this out of the paper.
You need to shut up now, Lightball. Gordon Lightball, I'm charging you with conspiracy and fraud. Hands behind your back.
The LAPD
Ну, хоть что-то.
Traffic Division has today smashed a nationwide auto theft ring, writes crime correspondent, blah, blah, blah. Oh, here it is. Traffic squad detectives confronted a large group of armed thugs. After an exchange of gunfire, more than a dozen dead criminals were removed from the scene. The LAPD sustained no casualties. Damn fine work, Phelps. Now get out there and nail some more bad guys, will you? I want to finish reading this.
Даже 10 правильных я задал. Я думал вообще меньше. Да, что-то у меня хреново. Да тут, блин, что-то как-то... Все имена вот эти англоязычные, мне, блин, все на один этот... непонятно. То, куда, какая улица, блин.
My family runs a shipping business in San Francisco. We used to have 2 ships a week to Tokyo. We've been in shipping for 2 generations, Hank. I've never been on a voyage anywhere. I feel like Odysseus in the beginning of his journey.
The Odyssey took 10 years, Cole.
This is the American century. America can rule the world after we win this war.
We need to stay alive, Cole. These men are counting on us. Have you heard what the veterans are saying to each other?
No.
Golden Gate and 48. That's 4 more hard years of fighting.
Phelps, Bukowski, you have a new case. 2 women, possible drink drive.
How was that a case?
The broad says she was doped and that somebody tried to kill her.
Where did this take place?
That's the bit you're gonna love. Right across the street.
What?
A Chevy Styline took a nosedive off the escarpment, fetched up underneath a Cola King billboard. Up to it, boys. We got bad guys to catch.
You ran the light on Olympic. We'll finally call it in the temple.
See you later, fellas.
Так, ладно, пускай постоит. Сейчас я быстро лук почищу и подойду.
Brings a tear to my eye watching my caterpillar grow wings. I'm just trying to fit in. Educated, hardworking, straight as an arrow. I hate to break it to you, Cole, but you'll never fit in at Central. Parker? I don't know who these are.
Cole, we've got things to do.
Bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
What are we waiting for? Wake up, Cole.
Злой лук. Слезы сопли пробило.
This guy's kind of screwed.
You can drive.
Ага, витамины. Аж глаза болят.
Her face looks familiar.
Well, that's June Ballard, Tarzan's sister, beast of the Amazon. She's married to Guy McAfee. The captain has moved to Vegas now, but the two of them still have juice.
Phelps, traffic.
Detective Phelps. Hey, Bukowski. Long time no see.
You could have called this in by megaphone, Enrique. Phelps, this is Enrique Gonzalez. Enrique was a pretty decent middleweight.
What do we have, Gonzalez?
Broad drives right through the empty lot and off the side of the escarpment. Her story is that a movie producer doped her and her friend and sent the car over the cliff.
Was anyone hurt?
Driver's beat up. Not too bad considering. If she hadn't hit that billboard, we'd be scraping both of them off the pavement. Passenger's a Jessica Hamilton. She's just a kid. She's pretty knocked around.
Kid gonna be all right?
I think so. They've taken her to central receiving. If you want to take a look around, you can stall the ambulance.
Thanks. Do that.
One more thing. Watch out for the driver. She cuts rough.
Hey, out of the way, bub.
If you're looking for the coroner, he's down by the crash site.
Mrs. McAfee, we would like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
I prefer to use my maiden name, June Ballard. You might be familiar with some of my work.
Can you tell us what happened here?
You're kind of cute for a cop. Maybe a bit on the serious side.
What about me, June? I'm a big fan of
You?
Beast of...
I don't like. Keep out of this.
We understand that you're still suffering from the effects of the accident, Mrs. McAfee. The officer says that you claimed that you were drugged. Who did this to you?
That rat slipped us a Mickey Finn. It's no wonder I feel so dopey. can't remember.
It's a serious offense to withhold information from the police during a criminal investigation, madam.
I told you to call me June. You're making me feel like an old lady. And don't bother your handsome head about this. My husband will settle the score with Mark Bishop.
You mentioned a Mark Bishop. You think he might have had something to do with this?
He is a movie producer. As for his involvement, you just leave it to me and my husband to worry about.
It's not going to play that way, Mrs. McAfee. We'll take it from there.
Relax, detective. You're not nearly as cute when you're mad.
This is a big scene, Phelps. We need to get our bearings. Let's go see the coroner.
I want to see. Excuse me, officer. I want to see.
I swear, this town is going straight to hell.
I'm trying to imagine you with a personality.
You'll want to see this, Phelps. There, laid out on the trunk. And that isn't even the best part.
They've been torn off. Where did you find them?
They were stuffed in the young lady's handbag. I'll run a trace for semen when I get back to the lab.
Looks like they're lucky they weren't more badly injured.
Must have been unconscious. Being relaxed tends to lessen the soft tissue damage.
How bad is it?
Come on, you can tell me.
What can you tell us about the passenger in your car?
Jessica Hamilton. Poor Jessica. It's been a rough day for her. She's desperate to break into movies. What more can I say?
How old is Jessica, Mrs. Ballard?
Опа, ребята, у меня игра вылетела. Просто взяла и рипнулась. Я даже не знаю. Ой, Rockstar лег. Ой, капец. Какая хорошая компания Rockstar. Какое у нее хорошее, блядь. Какие хорошие у него руки. У них даже лаунчер, блин, не могут сделать. Идеи, конечно, у них интересные. Игры красивые. Но все остальное это полный шлак.
If you're looking for the coroner, he's down by the crash site.
Так, что, все заново, блин.
This ain't the red carpet, so get out of my lens.
You'll want to see this, Phelps. There, laid out on the trunk.
А сейчас глянем.
That's part.
Looks like they're lucky they weren't more badly injured.
Must have been unconscious. Being relaxed tends to lessen the soft tissue damage.
They've been torn off. Where did you find them?
They were stuffed in the young lady's handbag. I'll run a trace for semen when I get back to the lab.
She's a long way from home.
пошли наверх.
Mrs. McAfee, we would like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
I prefer to use my maiden name, June Ballard.
А, я еще не разговаривал.
Some of my work.
Can you tell us what happened here?
You're kind of cute for a cop. Maybe a bit on the serious side.
What about me, June? I'm a big fan of
You?
Beast of...
I don't like. Keep out of this.
We understand that you're still suffering from the effects of the accident, Mrs. McAfee. The officer says that you claimed that you were drugged. Who did this to you?
That rat slipped us a Mickey Finn. It's no wonder I feel so dopey. I can't remember.
I don't believe you, Mrs. McAfee. The story's too far-fetched. I think you were drunk and lost control of the car.
Well, I suggest you get the results of a blood test first before you go shooting off your mouth. Unless you have some other proof. Well, I could drink you under the table any day of the week and still be fine to drive home. Be careful. I'm starting to dislike you.
What can you tell us about the passenger in your car?
Jessica Hamilton. Poor Jessica. It's been a rough day for her. She's desperate.
А чё я не ту кнопку нажал, блядь?
What more can I say?
I think you're lying, Mrs. McAfee. I think something happened to Jessica yesterday before the crash.
I'm offended, Sunshine. Do you have any proof?
Miss Hamilton's underwear were physically torn from her body.
She wanted to go to a casting. I took her to a casting. Whatever happened after that is between her and Mark Bishop.
You mentioned a Mark Bishop. You think he might have had something to do with this?
He is a movie producer. As for his involvement, you just leave it to me and my husband to worry about.
I want to know what happened between you two that made him want to commit a double murder.
Bishop offered me a part in his picture. Then he withdrew it. Fact is, we had a deal. I pressed him on it, and this is where I end up.
This is a big scene, Phelps. We need to get our bearings. Let's go see the coroner.
Speak to my attorney. He swats cops like you like flies.
О, Вань, привет. Да что-то охреневшая тетя. Так, что-то я, по-моему, не все здесь сделал, да? Что-то у меня никуда ехать. Куда ехать-то? Что делать-то? Там я был. Актриса какая-то. Вообще офигевшая. Чё, блин, я даже не знаю, куда ехать-то. Да у нее знаешь, сколько мужиков? Зачем мне это? Мне не надо.
Excuse me, officer?
Is someone gonna tell us what the hell is going on?
Will this make it into the paper?
You're the reason brothers and sisters shouldn't marry.
PI Radio. Check local publications for times of your favorite programming, including the Los Angeles Mirror and the Los Angeles Inquisitor. ATI Radio presents national news from Washington.
Boxing's on the card at St. Helena's Gym in the Bronx tonight. Golden Gloves Boxing. First round bouts in the South Novice lightweight class, and it's strictly standing room only. Mario Strapone takes the measure of Tony Ferro.
Why don't you use the siren?
You're a goddamn menace!
Так, я не все сделал или я не пойму?
Yeah, I want to make homicide. You know, you've got it made if you can get to that desk.
Poor little twist. She was 13 if she was a day. The heck?
Olive oil comes from olive.
Да управление такое, блин, короче, вообще капец. Пу-пу-пу-пу-пу. Я не понимаю. Я ж там все сделал на том месте. Или что, назад ехать, я что-то не въеду. Что-то как-то странно. Почему забрали? У меня их и не было. Ладно, поехали еще раз съездим. Я что-то не пойму нифига. Что там делать-то надо?
You're behind the wheel. So where you want to go?
Что-то я, значит, здесь не сделал.
Will this make it into the paper?
If you were twice as smart, you'd still be stupid. Excuse me, officer? I want to see.
Где-то что-то должно лежать. Что-то должно лежать.
I swear,
You're the
this
reason
town is going
brothers
straight
and
to hell.
sisters shouldn't marry.
Да, видишь, не хочет смотреть. И аквариум не хочет. Что-то где-то здесь надо посмотреть. Но это я уже видел.
Drunk driver?
Maybe not.
How so?
Well, a head I found without a body piqued my interest. See what you think.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. Is it real?
No. I think it's supposed to be a replica of an Indian shrunken head. It's some kind of curio or movie prop. See the casting marks?
What's it made from?
Plaster of Paris would be my first guess, then painted.
So we can rule out the murder angle?
No, you can rule that in. That thing was wedging the accelerator to the floor. Whoever did it wanted these women dead. Never the same, are they?
We should speak to Ballard again. She might not be telling us the whole story.
We found a shrunken head. It was used to tamper with your car.
You see, I normally don't drive off cliffs. The last thing I remember is getting behind the wheel.
It's obviously some kind of movie prop. You must know where it came from.
In case you hadn't noticed, I am the talent. And the talent doesn't deal with props or sets or any of that kind of stuff. Why don't you ask Mark Bishop which prop house he uses?
Mrs. McAfee, I think it would be in everyone's best interest if you accompanied Patrolman Gonzalez back to the receiving hospital.
I'm going to be okay. These guys can take me home after. My lawyer and I have talked to the news hounds.
Mrs. McAfee, you are still under the influence of narcotics. You're likely to go into shock once the drugs wear off.
And I thought you were a heel. It's nice of you to be concerned.
I think we're good here. Let's go see what we can shake out of the kid.
Excuse me, officer? I want to see.
Is someone gonna tell us what the hell is going on?
Will this make it into the paper?
You know the way. You can drive.
All right. Where to?
The car crash victim has regained consciousness at Central Receiving Hospital.
Hello, Detective Phelps, here to interview a Jessica Hamilton.
Jessica Hamilton. Oh, yes. She's in the room right behind you, Detective.
You can't hold me here. No, I don't need to be manhandled by a doctor. I need my lawyer.
Feeling better since this morning, Jessica?
Where is the telephone?
A little.
Do you know
My
who
head
I
still
am?
feels swimmy.
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
You're making me uncomfortable. Just standing around here looking at me, not saying anything.
Probably nothing. Don't think this is anything.
Hello, Jessica. My name is Cole Phelps. I'm a policeman. I'd like to talk to you about your accident, if that's okay.
Okay.
Сейчас, секунду.
You're making me uncomfortable. Just standing around here looking at me, not saying anything.
Are you going to sign him out? So this is what a morgue looks like, huh? Did you executive in here for the value claim?
Sure, sure. Are you running a morphine again?
Do you remember calling us police? You think you can manage it?
Зачем? Не надо банить.
Standing around here looking at me, not saying anything.
Can you tell me what you remember about the crash?
It's all kind of fuzzy. I remember waking up here. Nothing happened yesterday.
When can I get out of here?
Tell the truth, Jessica. Why the big cover-up?
I'm not lying to you.
We found your underwear in your handbag, Jessica. You need to tell us what happened.
The doctor told me what happened. I didn't want that. I just wanted to be a star, to be in movies. I told Junie what happened, and she told me to toughen up. That was the price of stardom.
Did she now, cold-hearted bitch?
It's not Junie's fault. It's not my first time. I had a boyfriend back home, but my father found out about him.
Even if you consented, Jessica, you're still underage.
How did you meet Mr. Bishop?
Well, Junie is a big movie.
Я просто голодный, Вань.
She's doing a new movie.
What's the story with Bishop and Mrs. McAfee? Why does he want the two of you dead?
That can't be true. Mr. Bishop seemed very happy today. I mean, yesterday.
And that's why he wedged a shrunken head against the accelerator pedal and punted the two of you over an escarpment?
I overheard Junie speaking to him on the phone a couple of times. Screaming, really. She can be very hard sometimes, Junie. But they seemed okay yesterday, like they worked it out.
Женский. Я с тобой.
need to get in touch with your parents, Jessica, to tell them what has happened.
Oh, you don't need to worry them. They sent me along to stay with Aunt June. They trust her to take care of me.
You're lying, Jessica. How are we going to make this right if you lie to us?
Please, Detective, why would I lie to you?
Because you're a runaway, Jessica, and you don't have your parents' permission to be here. Now, do you want to tell me what really happened?
I went with Junie to this strange place. It's difficult to remember. Someone gave me a drink to calm my nerves, and then I felt faint. I think I must have passed out.
I know what happened to you, Jessica. Where exactly did it take place?
Please, it's scary. It's really difficult to think of anything.
Someone tried to kill you, Jessica. Do you get it? Forget about being in movies. It's time to act like a grown-up.
I had to wear a robe and lay down on a stone. There were lights, a camera. It's not my fault. I'm not a bad girl. Why are you trying to hurt me?
Thank you, Jessica. You've been a big help. Here's my card. If you think of anything or you need some help, just get in touch, okay?
Okay.
I think it might be a good idea if you went back home till you felt better, Jessica.
I couldn't do that, officer. What if I got the part and I wasn't there?
It's the tale of this town, Cole. Lambs that go willingly to slaughter. Who the hell is that?
Must be her lawyer. He certainly expedited her release.
I don't like it, Cole. Why is she in such a hurry? We should follow her. There she goes. Come on.
Ballard is definitely up to something.
Now would be a bad time to forget how to drive, Cole.
She seems to have made a remarkably speedy recovery.
Easy, Cole. Better back it off.
Get in there and see what she's up to.
Root beers all around, doll.
Ничего не понимаю.
Get in there and see what she's up to.
don't want him taught a lesson. You know what I want. Well, then make someone else do it. You still know people out here, don't you? Then make some calls. I'm going to be very clear about this. You get this done, or I'm... Wilson's Hotel. Mr. Mark Bishop, that son of a bitch, lives in apartment 803. Sure, I got the film.
So what's the story? I'm guessing she didn't stop for light refreshments.
She made a call. Sounds like Mark Bishop has a heap of trouble headed his way. I've got an address. Wilson's Hotel, apartment 803.
Oh, shit. You better step on it.
If he's got any sense, he'll be as far away from home as possible.
If you had any sense, you wouldn't have tried bumping off Guy McCaffrey's wife in the first place. Or you'd have done the job properly. McCaffrey will break a fella's legs just for looking at his broad.
What did you make of the kid? You believe her story? I think she was doped out of her tiny mind and given the casting couch. That fucking bitch Ballard sold her out.
So if Ballard was doing someone a favor, why did they try to kill her?
All units, officers help. Major 415, 1624 West 3rd Street, 1624 West 3rd Street. Any unit to handle code 3, identify.
All units in the vicinity in car 11K, 11 King, a 415 in progress at apartment 803, Wilson's Apartment Hotel, 1220 West 7th Street, Westlake Park. 11K code 3, all other units code 2. KGPL clear.
Ниндзя.
Before someone gets hurt.
Шпион прям, шпион.
Roger, KGPL. 11K en route.
О, Мишаня вернулся.
I'm Detective Phelps. We received a call about a domestic disturbance in apartment 803.
Oh, the detectives. Listen, Mrs. Bishop's pretty upset. Take the elevator and then left down the corridor. It's the last door on the right.
Блядь, да куда здесь идти-то?
Sounds like we're about to make it a hat trick of hysterical female witnesses.
LAPD, ma'am. Are you in danger?
I'm all right now. You just missed them. Horrible, awful men.
Are you injured, Mrs.?
Mrs. Bishop. Gloria Bishop. Please, come in, officers. I'll just need to sit down for a moment. Forgive me.
That's perfectly normal, ma'am.
Just look at this mess!
We'll take a quick search of the premises, ma'am. You take a moment to gather your thoughts.
I will. Thank you, officer.
Optimistic, Cole. This isn't what we're looking for. It would take a smarter man than me to connect that. What do you have to do to earn $20,000?
Здравствуйте.
О, Миша не вернулся.
Чё, где этот тачок?
Presented to Mark.
Ча подойдет, наверное?
Looks like the old movie set downtown. Great Wall of Babylon, a replica of a replica. Nope. Nothing significant. Doesn't tell me anything. Looks like a mermaid in the background. Silver screen. Who are these men in the picture?
My husband, Mark, and Marlon Hopgood. They work together on occasion. That's Hopgood's shop.
Incidental. No good to me. think this is any use to us. Those men, I think they work for Guy McAfee. Do you know the name?
No. Why should I?
June Ballard is married to Guy McAfee. Have you heard of her?
That slut. She's been badgering my husband for days.
Mrs. McAfee alleges that your husband tried to kill her and her friend last night. I think you should tell us what you know.
My husband's a movie producer. This has something to do with his new picture. He doesn't include me in his business.
June Ballard said she had a deal to be in his new picture.
Mark repeatedly told her no. He had Joan Leslie lined up for the role. That's how he got the finance. June made all kinds of threats. She was very rude to me.
You know June Ballard?
We were both on the same picture a few years back. That's how I met my husband.
Why is your husband paying Lorna Hopgood $20,000?
Lorna? Marlon's ex-wife? Are you sure?
You're lying, Mrs. Bishop. It's some kind of payoff. You know exactly what the money is for and who it's getting paid to.
Do I? Would you like to prove that, detective?
Your husband looks like he's being blackmailed. They obviously have something on him if he's prepared to kill to cover it up. Why is the payment going to Hopgood and not McAfee?
Lorna works at a check-cashing place in Hollywood. You need to ask Hopgood why he needs that much money in cash.
Where can we find your husband, ma'am?
He told me he would be on set. That's all I know.
You're lying, Gloria. He knows he has to get out of town, and you're covering for him.
Ты че?
Tired of this. I have nothing
Пятачок.
to go on.
Ну, перекиньте меня
Пипичка
туда
стоишь.
куда-нибудь, пожалуйста.
Че?
Перекиньте тогда меня куда-нибудь, пожалуйста.
Зачем, куда перекинуть?
Ну и стрим идет. Я сейчас минут через 15 закончу.
Mark? Leave Los Angeles? Never. They'd have to kill him first. What other city would allow men to behave so abominably and celebrate the fact? He'll talk or buy his way out of this.
I wouldn't bet on it, sister.
Your husband was at a casting yesterday with a young girl?
Not that I know of. He told me he was looking at locations. The picture's been cast.
You know exactly what happened yesterday, don't you, Mrs. Bishop? You've been through it yourself.
I'm gonna call my lawyer. You have a damn cheek accusing me of that. You should be ashamed of yourself, detective. I've already been through a lot today without your harassment.
Your husband is in trouble. It could go easier for him if you were more helpful, Mrs. Bishop.
He's a big boy, detective, and so are you. This is Hollywood. There's always a deal to be done.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, detective?
I need a location on a silver screen prop store.
Just a moment. Silver Screen Props. Ops, corner 3rd and Figueroa.
Thank you.
Так, а что я неправильно сделал, не понимаю. Все же правильно вроде сделал. Доказательства есть? Есть. Или с этой еще поговорить надо. Ой, иди отсюда, а, господи, блин. С таким управлением еще и это ходит, мешает постоянно. Не хочешь разговаривать, да? Ну ладно.
An aging movie star, a wannabe starlet, a movie producer's wife. Finally rubbing shoulders with the almost rich and famous.
And from the stories they've given us, clearly none of them can act. Can you drive to this one?
Mrs. Bishop knows more than she's letting on.
She doesn't seem to realize how much trouble her husband is in. The LAPD are the least of their worries right now.
Eh, you'd think she'd have gotten the hint after those hatchet men redecorated her apartment.
Maybe she's just loyal.
Or she's in on it. She didn't seem like your average giddy broad with nothing between the ears.
Or she might just be trying to buy enough time for Bishop to put a couple of oceans between him and McCaffrey.
Phelps and Bukowski, LAPD. We're investigating the attempted murder of June Ballard and Jessica Hamilton.
Christ. I'm Marlon Hopgood. How can I help?
You hold castings here?
How'd you hear about that? I got a little soundstage out back.
Lead the way. Keep him here, Stefan. I'm gonna take a look around.
What's this got to do with me?
Don't try my patience, knucklehead.
Doping a 15-year-old kid and abusing her in a screen test. What is wrong with these people?
I doubt it.
This doesn't pertain to the case.
Нет, мне надо еще пустую палочку найти какую-то. А вот, вон, дверь.
Doesn't look like anything. Seems irrelevant.
Turn off the lights, Hopgood.
Why would I want to do that? Humor him.
One-way mirrors. There's a room on the other side.
Huh. Well, well. Find a way into that peep den, Phelps. I'll stay here and keep our pervert company.
Can't be that way, Phelps. You couldn't fit a rat through there.
I don't think so.
You ever do any work for Mark Bishop?
Mainly do work for the studios. RKO, Republic, Warner Brothers. So yeah, when Bishop is doing work for a studio, yes.
When did you last see him?
Now I'm doing work for his next picture. Still pre-production though. Haven't seen him around here in a while.
I know you're lying, Hopgood. Bishop was here, and you know exactly what he was doing and what he left lying around afterwards.
You come in here without a warrant, and now you start throwing your weight around?
I have a drugged-up 15-year-old girl, and you have chloral hydrate in your drinks cabinet. You give me something, or I will break your fucking jaw, Hopgood.
Bishop was here with June Ballard and the girl. A lot of producers and directors use this place. I'm not responsible for what goes on here.
What's the deal with you and June Ballard?
Look, buddy, I make props. I hardly ever meet the talent unless it's something tailor-made for them, like a sword or something.
You and Ballard are blackmailing Bishop. That's why he cracked.
You got nothing on me. My hands are clean on this. I'm about done with you and your accusations.
Блин, как туда попасть-то?
Jungle Drums, 8th and Francisco. Attention, Mark Bishop.
So what happened to the film of Hamilton's screen test?
А, такой же напиток был у этого в отеле.
I wonder if they saw this, how many budding starlets would still get on the bus to come to Hollywood. McAfee's men are looking for Bishop. We need to find him first. Any idea where he might have gone to ground?
If he really tried to kill McAfee's wife, my advice to him would be to leave town.
You have something on him, and now you're going to rat him out to McAfee's goons.
And how do you figure that, brain boy? I never liked Bishop. He always made out like he was better than everybody else. He was no better than any of the other big shot creeps who came in here.
That's all for now, Hopgood. We're taking you in.
Phelps! Roy Earl, advice. Hold on a moment. This is clearly a vice case. You've been roughing up my informant?
Hopgood is a vice informer?
Yes, he is, Phelps, and a very important one. Look at that mug. Have you been upsetting these two officers, Marlin?
So we just drop it?
You do if you know what's good for you. You need to catch the movie producer before an angry husband does, from what I'm hearing.
I'll be making a full report to the captain, Detective.
You do that, kid. We're all very impressed with you.
Let it slide, Cole. Let's get out of here. Detectives. Johnny Goldberg. You work for Mickey C.
That's right, detectives.
You wouldn't happen to know the guys who roughed up Mrs. Bishop earlier today by any chance?
No, not us. We don't do that kind of thing. It's the husband we'd like to talk to.
This is a police matter. You don't want to be taken in for obstruction of justice, do you, boys?
You could try the obstruction rap, but it won't stick. We could beat that.
You've had your 10 cents worth, gentlemen.
Bishop knows how the world works. Mrs. McAfee hits him up for a movie part, happens every day. But Bishop takes it a step too far and tries to rub out Mrs. McAfee. Naturally, Guy is going to get upset.
What made you think Bishop would be here?
We figure he might be planning a little accident for Hopgood, too. Those two guys have got some unfinished business. You let us know if you find Bishop. Guy McAfee can be a very generous man.
I'm only going to warn you once, gentlemen. Stay out of this. This is a police matter. We will be bringing Mark Bishop into custody.
At least he's polite. Kind of dumb, but polite.
But I'm a lot less polite, you smug son of a bitch. So let me put it in ruder terms that even a pair of blockheads like you might understand. The only reason that you don't have bars on your windows already is because you're small fry. And we don't waste our time on small fry. You stay away from Bishop, and you stay away from me. Is that clear enough for you, asshole? Now run along back to your boss so we can pat you on the head and tell you what good boys you are.
I don't think they like your little pep talk, McAfee.
А что делать-то? Стрелять нельзя, да, я так понял?
They really don't want anybody getting to Bishop before they do.
I need to be closer, Cole.
We need to lose those fools, Phelps.
I'll try for the tires. Keep your foot down.
Make a move. We're sitting ducks here.
Я не понимаю, что он говорит. Сейчас подойду.
Let's see him chase us now. Onto the movie set, Phelps. Let's roll.
Oh, Christ. And they say working traffic is like watching paint dry.
You know how to piss people off, Bukowski.
Hey, if they're prepared to gun down cops in broad daylight...
Блять, куда ехать-то?
McCaffrey really means business.
Seems like we're the only ones who want Bishop alive.
I have a good mind just to let him go work on the son of a bitch. I'm about done putting my life on the line to protect some child molester.
That's our job, unfortunately. They don't get to dole out the justice.
Any in the vicinity, see the man at 211 just occurred.
Куда ехать?
Hill Street. Stand by for further. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
That's that guy from the paper. Solved that big case.
There's the slippery bastard now.
No. God damn it!
Mark Bishop, stop! LAPD! Get him, Phelps. I'll cover the exit. 11K calling KGPL, requesting assistance at 8 in Francisco, the abandoned movie set. My partner is pursuing suspect on...
We're trying to help you, Bishop!
3, KGPL.
This is all a big mistake!
Ну и чё ты не прыгаешь? Да чё ты, блядь, не прыгаешь?
Bishop, that's enough!
make this any harder on yourself, Bishop.
It's June Ballard. He's blackmailing me.
Hands in the air, Bishop. Move another inch and you're dead. Mark Bishop, you're under arrest for the attempted murder of June Ballard and the rape and attempted murder of Jessica Hamilton.
All right, I'll come quietly. Just don't kill me. If you found me, then McAfee's goons will too. Oh, we need to get out of here.
All right, but you stay close. Any tricks, and I'll save McAfee's boys the trouble.
Follow me. I know another way out of this place. Christ, detective, they're trying to kill me.
Last chance to back the hell down.
It's this way.
McAfee doesn't make the rules. You hear me?
Kill them!
There's no way out of here. I thought you said you knew where you were going.
We have to jump for it.
LAPD, you're making a big mistake.
Да блять.
Last chance to back the hell down.
Come on, it's this way.
Ну вставай ты, ну.
You're making a big mistake. Is this really the best McAfee?
А чё, вообще урод не наносится?
God, they're everywhere.
Блять. Он не приседает, он ничего ни хера не делает.
I'll kill every last one of you if I have to.
Прыгай нахуй вниз, блять, даун.
Waste the bullets.
Пульки не долетают, я не понимаю, блять. Да не берет он ни хера.
For the love of God, how many are there?
Вот он, как ее взять, блядь? Ёп. Где этот стрелок-то хренов? Вонючий Рокстар. Это последняя игра рокстаровская, в которую я играю.
Let me see if I can put one between your eyes.
Got you there. There's a ladder leading to the ground. Follow me. Come on. All right, let's go. Now.
Get him over here, I'll cover you! Come on, the cavalry's here! Bishop, that's enough!
Those barrels at the base of the elephant column. They're full of gasoline. Shoot them, quickly!
Блять.
How long do you think you can hold out? You're gonna get yourself killed! Stay down. I need to get him to the car. Capture bullet, you son of a bitch! I'll kill every last one of you if I have to. Get him to the car. I can cover you from here. You're almost there. Now, this is what I call a result. Mark Bishop, erstwhile film producer and all-around piece of shit, catches a fast ticket to Quentin for statch rape and attempted murder, so he gets to spend the next 15 years playing sissy instead of sticking it to little girls. That is justice with a capital J, Detective Phelps. Developed such a reputation, I'm not going to be able to hold on to you any longer. You're getting promoted. Go on, get your new assignment. It was good working with you, son.
Phelps, Bukowski, this your work?
Can I help you, Detective?
Sorry, Cap. Didn't see you there.
Yeah, I'll bet you did. This is a traffic case. You need something?
I'm here to buy a drink for the 2 LAPD traffic cops who broke the back of Guy McAfee's private army. You don't have a problem with that, do you, Captain?
Go right ahead.
Get in. I'm buying.
Не хочу я в джаз, я хочу в рок. Жрать так жрать, чё уже джаз слушать, чё? Как? Мартини еще скажи пить, да? Водки хочу с селедкой. Привез он, блин, хрен знает куда.
What do you think we want to do? Stand at the bar like chumps?
I'll get a table ready for you.
Don't look so happy to see me, Alphonse. I might get the wrong impression. Cole, this is Alphonse. He's a French Negro from Africa. Can you beat that?
The Congo.
A pleasure to meet you, Alphonse. Is Elsa singing tonight?
Yes, she is. She has the next set.
Come on, Cole. You can meet Elsa while they're fixing us a table. You'll like her. She's something else.
Maybe another night, Roy. She's pretty beat up about it.
Get your hands off me. Don't ever tell me what to do or what not to do, Alphonse. You got a nice club here. Don't spoil it.
If you will follow me, detectives. Just through the door.
He was my only real friend, Harlan. We went through it all. Do you realize what he meant to me?
Of course I do.
You have no idea. You said it was construction work.
It was an industrial accident, Elsa. How can I be held responsible?
Elsa, are you going on?
Louis, for God's sake, he was my best friend. The only man who ever loved me without putting his hands on me.
Hi, Elsa. Here's someone I'd like you to meet. Cole Phelps, war hero and crime fighter extraordinaire.
And why would I want to meet another fascist from the LAPD?
Sorry about this, Cole. What an evening I'm having. First a Negro puts his hands on me, and then this. Who do you think you're talking to, you German junkie whore? Don't you ever forget your place with me again. Do you hear me? Evening, Doc. How's business?
Sanguine. Louis, help me here. I'm gonna have to give her something before her performance.
Blow it off, Cole. These artsy-fartsy types always get a little flighty. Meet Dr. Harlan Fontaine, doctor to the stars. Mr. Fix-It to the mental wreckage of Hollywood. So what about that drink, boys?
Ничего не понял, блин, что произошло? Ну ладно. Вы заслужили повышение. Блядь, я отработал вообще хреново. Теперь, ребята, представляете, да, как зарабатывается повышение? Вот так вот. Ладно, ребятки, всем спасибо. Пока все, пойду приготовлю ужин, что-нибудь поесть надо. А потом, попозже, ближе к ночи, что-нибудь запущу еще. Пока всем хорошего вечера. Буду всех ждать. Буду всех рад видеть.